Me answer me criticize Obino. Me didn't can share what the person inherited. And whatever you inherited, if you have been able to correct or done even 50% of it, I don't have any room to criticize you. And I'm looking at this government. I'm looking back 8 months. Baby Anna Ghana Yawano, this government has done about 90% of the job. So I'll be very unwise and stupid to sit here and tell Ghana for say, hey, 8 months ago, I didn't tell John Mahama and solve a Ghana problem. These people took over 8 years to destroy Ghana. And I'm not cutting a slack for the government. Saying abaning ye bibi and kamaka say okay, abaning ye she. But the government, as we speak today, for about 2 years they doom some more Ghana. And hardly do you hear so because I'm like a doom. This government, no matter what, fango boya ding, they are still keeping the fuel price down. Say it is not where these people left it. The only way you can assess this government and say this government is doing poor is when you take the numbers the government before NPP Jan or Hono. If the numbers they left today, the NDC is not able to bring the numbers down, then you can tell me this government is performing poor in 8 months. Because the government will be to $17 cities, not dollar no, and then I'm 11. You can't tell me this government is not performing. So I buy way to petrol 15. Now say the petrol no 15. Now I buy way to me limiting about 4 miles. You can't tell me the government is not delivering. So I buy way to ofanko kwine. Now obedru no a kwine no contractor to me international yejuma. Now the contractor so yejuma. You can't tell me the government is not delivering. So I buy way by now you are over 20,000 to 15,000 young people sitting at home. Now and there you have police assistants bet 15,000. You have fire service assistant bet 5,000. Now nkora we nyina yejuma o ka chem say I buy we yejuma now bodam because I buy no be ye 100,000 napko ejuma no nipa ba kumpo ni wonye ejuma ye. So I am looking at the past numbers comparing it to today's numbers and then I made him make a misstatements. Into what this guy is doing at the health ministry, he is basically working and it applies to the government as a whole. Actually, Jimmy, actually your propaganda. Actually, you don't understand basic governance. In his answer on TV, so I criticize John Mahama Bino. Ask yourself, again, John Mahama Bino better ya West in there. Tell me one thing, John Mahama Bino better ya John Mahama Bino aseno. Because hey, where can these NPP will hank dia? Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. We all see what the government is doing. The IGP, the government itself, how today they are fighting Galamsey. It's not an easy fight, but at least you could see there's the willingness to do that. There is the willingness. Government no will so be so at least Emma Arishim to say Abambi Baya, the party officials, a sector minister, it will release this statement, a whole report, my president say, Jubilee House no, Omonomoya Galamsey no, and no crown here and see over such a say, and the police, the government is on the ground trying to fight this menace. You want to tell me, say, the government is not doing well. Where Jimmy? So look back. Me per one person or Ghana back say me better TV so, and they could find about 8 years no. Adebia John Mahama beto ye no sa ade with the John Mahama nya ade kura 8 months no can them na me debate. What are you going to talk about when it's got to do with the forex? And I say dollar, where are we are doing better. When it comes to employment, we are doing better today. See, let me show you. Come mama nchirabo na mmajimido mumubino. Today how many people? 5,000 young men. They are now becoming what? Assistant fire officers. Enrechi Nipa almost 12,000. Omo ya day, ya de police assistant. Almost 17 to 20,000. There are more to be given opportunities. We are talking about a government today, the land minister and the Watro Akomadian, Amabua. He is the acting environment minister, Ama Kofibua. Rights to Attorney General for immediate revocation of LI 2462. And Abine say Sam Brana Kufuado ebietu ho na Galamsey for more MPP mu edi your forest no and the minister now or acting as environment minister no or the Attorney General say or per se you stop mining in our forests. Inti actually when Jimmy no better TV so I catch me say aban we die what to aban no ho actually we are journalist or we are diplomat or we are statesman or actually we Jimmy actually we name governance. This is what governance is. They are overturning every nonsense. So today a minister has written the Attorney General, nobody, you better stop it, nobody should enter any forest to go mine. What should the government do? Into me, so I got some graded government where they have done about 80%. Ejima John Mahama ban we are 8 months no. NPP are buying to me a stage will be ankieniha. I'm telling you. The way they have even paid attention to the fight against Galamsey. Sanka NPP are buying at the 10% of what John Mahama more attention will pay to Galamsey to stop it. Anka yeniha. I'm telling you. Enti me penipo ba kuma betra TV so aka say adia John Mahama ba omiamo eja to ho a na say negative no John Mahama be west me pe adia ba ko pe modwa adentina modwa me mamu common sense yadwudwam. It is simple. Enti answer na baba betra TV so answer na baba betra radio so aka say aban we ya money 8 months na wa kire me adia na ewo ho a na aban we say saade we na enye aban na be west. Tell me one thing. Oboso omu bi omano kan ai John Mahama aban ka say oba obetu kokoo mu na sibia watum no wada de kuafo John Mahama ba oti kokoo so John Mahama ba power no. So ka so betu kokoo mu international price na mo change statement ni kwa say eye baga me no ka say John Mahama wati kokoo so. So e dey na John Mahama betu ya wa the west. Senka John Mahama ba ye e no betu kokoo price e na ko te so a ka say John Mahama te so. But as we speak, what is John Mahama be to so and so endorse. John Mahama feel already 8 months. And it is John Mahama the 128 at Toswa. Then a chess in the next year, John Mahama on for 2,000 and so. So you cannot sit there and make that argument. Say, I buy way share bo. John Mahama bought share in 4 years bo. If he's going to move cocoa bag to $10,000 a bagger, 4 years within 4 years, and he can decide to spread it within 4 years. He can also decide to do it within a year. Until you cannot tell me, say, the first window, yadama cocoa price, no, John Mahama, was a cocoa for bo, anyway, so, actually, Jimmy, actually, won't name the echo. That is why I'm telling you, say, there are so many people sitting on TV and radio making arguments, say, I buy way 8 months there, and then you don't even understand what you are doing. Now, what can I say? Because before you make this statement, you need to ask yourself, you're Pamo NPP because of something. And this by no Saudi and Oma in the West ana. That is the only way you can judge this government. And me pade ba ko betumi dia judge NDC aban aka say they have done worse than NPP. Show me one thing. So Mumi Enja is a childish kind of journalism. Any I'm an expert in this. Ni na politics. I am not mema Ghana for Guinea say bibia a rosary. No. These people have inherited a very difficult country, a very bad economy. But these people are doing crazy stuff. They are changing things every single day. They are actually changing things. Abaywe is over-delivering. This government is over-delivering. Me who so be able to TV so criticize Abaywe. It may be an anaka say na bibi o ha aban ba ko ne ya na enye John Mahama mo ba ye no oma ye no west. Me who so be an anaka and so I'm sorry and Abaywe nya hwe Abaywe nya hwe no de na Abaywe ya na enye chen ba ko no kan de ba ko kire me. So before you go on TV and start to talk about this government, let your listeners know, and now you as an expert, first of all, let the listeners understand say me ba be cheche nyo be mu akire mo. Time na ekufo adom wo ho no na dollar no ewo 2 and John Mahama dey about 10 and it na omanya dey 8 months. Time na John Mahama mu fra it na nipa ni ti because okay, you are making sense. Now you are making sense. But you don't have any standard. Because the standard that is there no John Mahama at the end of the day, Southwest performance John Mahama ndru ho. John Mahama is still doing better. So if John Mahama is doing better, NDC is doing better, how can you sit and say 8 months NDC is not delivering? Now my mention there. Momenja NF Ghana for Sa uni bibia kan men kasa. Sa uni bibia kan don't speak. It is not forced for you to speak on politics. It is not forced for you to let people think say you have an opinion on everything. Me, there are so many things going on in Ghana. Ebo ha deliberately me trim ho, me yim ho free me nka ho asem. Obi tim ka say, "Oh Kevin, asem we buy. I didn't know one kebi because ejuma me yen minimum ejuma me yen no." If I can't have basis for my argument, I will not do it. I will not even speak. And in some way to me see Ghana, obi say, Kevin, this is current issue. Everybody is discussing. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. I sit with my team because you know something. When it comes to speaking on issues, governance, on my chichiria, and you be bibi na waka bibi you let it sit. You allow it to simmer. you listen and then you start to analyze. In say be my cartoon, and I say assemble bentina ukebi. No, you need to know, you need to have a reason for being part of the conversation. There should be a reason. Until somebody may prove your chairman say, aban we buy no. Aban na etwa mu ne ya adie bia na ya papa cha aban we aye west. Free SHS and the say when it comes to feeding of students in school, adia aban we ye NPP aban they destroy free SHS and the Owetimaka say and the free SHS no NPP dey never touch no. You can tell me that. So how can you tell me say this government is not delivering? Aban we can say omo ube school government tertiary institutions biano free tuition first year. Abanwe Shebo, Abanwe is in power. So far, Abanwe is delivering. So how can you just sit on TV, on radio, or anywhere and tell me Abanwe 8 months? Abanwe has over-delivered in 8 months. If we sit to do critical analysis, comparative analysis of this government's performance and the government that it inherited, you can see the gap. There is a big gap between Abanwe and the NPP Abano. We need to understand. Say conversation ba asambeda ho a we need to take a step back. Enya bibia na di hu nkomo. Enya bibia na kan bi. Enya bibia na wo idea wo ho. Enya bibia na wo smart wo ho. Enya bibia na obetuma ka say we de unko awadwene no. There are some things if you know you cannot analyze it analytically. You cannot basically make clear cut sense. Sit back. It does not say you are not intelligent. You avoiding a conversation does not mean say unim nyansa. You avoiding a particular conversation, you staying away from a particular conversation, you making sure you don't take part in some particular topic or a particular conversation does not make you stupid. It shows how intelligent and smart you are. Because what you do is, now you sit back and analyze before you speak. Now, Shadia, team, are you with me? I know Friday crank normally, and you're saying it here, but Bibinti. Now, you see, there's something happening. This story about Educhum. Sorry. This story about Edubuahin. There's this agenda. Edubuahin in the team, no. Almost 30. Now, agenda on person almost certain to say they want to malign the Attorney General. They want to discredit the Attorney General. Senebeya, when the Attorney General comes out to speak on this Educhum issue, no, every time they go to court and Attorney General tries to brief the nation, no, they are trying everything possible to make sure say on minor team, no, we will not trust the Attorney General. Into the moment they trust for the Attorney General, no, echo for pay. Whatever the Attorney General will touch or do, no, we will not have his support, or he will not have our support. And what they are trying to do is say, Edubu he winning the legal team attaching the no. They want to make sure say, sir, respect no any belief na Ghana for your war Attorney General no. They want to try and split it now because they need the public sympathy. Now, before you can get public sympathy, the opponent now within the air contoquano, you need to discredit the opponent. Now, attachia any sanko for who say, so omukase omni Attorney General no age na court boot for boot, fact to factor. And yeah, they more than 5 months. Edubuahin he will be jailed. Now, what they want to do now, and they say, they want to malign the Attorney General. Some good anima say, say, sa confidence na Ghana for your Attorney General no. Some we free ho. Now, the moment to use that confidence, then the Attorney General becomes like Assembly of Kebiano in Kuta weight. Then it makes them rather look like they are the credible ones. And it's as a West study. Every time, psychologically, on a case or court, every time we are in any country or in any case, the prosecutor, so on it, Obiko court, now accused the prosecutor every court PR. So we study every time, no. Any pana accusing, no. The lawyers, no. They psychologically they want the cameras to see that things are going on well in the courtroom. It's a psychological thing. So we study Obi a yɛde court bia no, especially when the Attorney General takes somebody to court. Someone exit court number bar. The Attorney General's body language is the same all the time because the Attorney General is not supposed to show anything like he's upset, he's happy, he's excited about something. The Attorney General needs to be seen as an Attorney General who is basically prosecuting, who is basically doing his job. Now, what the accused normally do, then they say, when they exit court, they want the people watching them to believe, say, our body language in the say they are doing good in court. But so what's this story now could do? You could see, say, at the end of the day, the accused, majority of the time, they are put in jail. Now, it's psychological. And what they do, and they say, so I'm sana out if you know show more. Okay, say, hey, and then they do in lawyer and NPP and all sister power. Next, say, koye pa, do in case. Attorney General is not fighting an individual. Attorney General is the nation's lawyer. In the Attorney General he's not supposed to be smiling. He's not supposed to be showing any emotions. Attorney General is supposed to tell you what happened in court and walk. Because the Attorney General has a lot of dockets on his table. And yet Edubuahin case on the table. So it is not about Edubuahin's case. Say he is a fancy Attorney General. Say they're not Godfrey Dame. What Godfrey Dame used to do was that he would call his own media. He will tell them to wait for him. He will come out of the court and do politics. Until the moment these people who have been accused, they know that their back is on the wall. No? What they do is, when they exit court, they make you or they create the impression, say, they are doing well in court. Because one, when they create that impression, a man who will show said the Attorney General is not doing anything. And that is what Edubuahin or the lawyer attaching, that is the game they are playing. And unfortunately, they have some people too who are helping them in the media space to do that to the Attorney General's office. Now, you're sorry, Attorney General's office has not lost any evidence in ongoing Edubuahin trial. And yet, the Deputy Attorney General and the case also with Shim Sai, or say, Omatitin say me say, Edubuahin then the lawyers say, document Attorney General say, or they bought the case, so buying, a prosecutor Edubuahin no, Edubuahin lawyers, any Edubuahin call phobia in the media space near Edubuahin Ankasa say, documents no, pages in Kwabe it says Saira. When they say something is missing, what does it mean? Yaka say Bibia ira. Nasi yaka say, I don't say Bibi kuta obi. No yaka say adewe ira. Nasi osaka say adewe, I don't want you to know what is in it. Are they the same thing? Semikuta card and I say spa card here twin. Na so busam say e dey ne kuta we na meka say memfa nkyere wa. Does it mean card ne dam ntemu na ira?